Recently, an event occurred when I accidentally locked my car door and the key remained inside. And that time I do not have any duplicate key, and this took me a lot of time to unlock the door. In this video, I am actually going to start a very interesting project where I will try to trace my key in 3D CAD, and then we will try to print it. And of course, the 3D printed key can only open car door. It cannot start the car because of obvious reason. There will be additional security involved. So let's get started. Alright, so I took picture of it, and now what I'm gonna do is I am going to measure this, and the only tool that I have to measure is this caliper. Alright, so let me check the width of this key, and then again we need to check from this half. So this is coming to be 6.2 and plus a little bit. Then let's check from another side. Oh, why this side is so low? Alright, so I was not aware of. So we can see that this side is 100 micron less. Alright, so now I am measuring from flat end. Now it is still coming a little low, but 6.18. Let me again recheck from this side. Yep, this is 6 point, a little bit up. Now let's check the thickness. So it is 3 mm, 3 mm, 3 mm, 3 mm. Alright, so we know the width here is 6.2 both side, and then if I talk about the total width is 6.6. Now let's see the depth of it, or maybe yeah, probably I will take this particular point as a reference. So 36.43. Alright, so here we have got all the dimensions measured, and probably I'm gonna also measure the width of it. So here, okay, so this is like 1.94. Yeah, it is coming to around 1.94. Yeah, this is the width coming in. We know the width of these cutout, and we also know the overall width, overall height, and then thickness. Alright, so we have got all these values. Now time came to design this. Alright, so now the next step here is to build the 3D model, and I am going to prefer my favorite tool, which is Creo Parametric, and there we go. So let's start it, and I would like to start with a new part file, and let's give it a name key. And I'm gonna choose millimeter Newton second part solid with absolute accuracy. And now let me import the image so that we can trace it. Alright, so let's quickly go here in view, and then I'm gonna click on model display image and import, and then I need to select the plane, and I'm going to locate my image. So let me actually refresh it, and there you go. Now let me place this in a nicer way, and actually I also need to do some adjustments because this is not perfectly 90 degree. So let me first of all click on view normal. I'm going to reorient it in a way such that it became 90 degree, and sometime, you know, the image in actual is not 90 degree. Alright, so seems like we are almost done here in terms of reorientation. Now I'm gonna try to keep it like this, and now the magic will start when we will start extruding this. So I'm going to plot this sketch. So let's plot this rectangle, and since we already know the dimension, I'm gonna make it 6.6. First of all, let's put here 38.6. Yep. Okay, so maybe right now I'm gonna add thickness of the key, which is 2.95, just a little bit less than 3 mm. Now probably I'm gonna click OK. And now again we can start, and let me actually start making another extrude. So this one will be the small cut that we saw in the key. I'm gonna give that cut here, and this cut is of 0.4 mm. Let me write 0.4, and then if we talk about the depth of it, so it is half of the depth of the key, which will be 1.5. And let's remove the material. Okay, now I'm gonna consider this particular as a reference, and let me also do one more thing. I need to make this part look translucent so that we can actually see the profile of key. Okay, now let's again go back here, extrude. Now I'm gonna trace this profile. So let's trace this. Probably I think I should make here some arc. And now I'm not going to close this. What next I'm gonna do here, since I know the width of this is 2 mm from our measurement, so I will be simply add offset here. So I'm gonna say offset, and now I'm gonna select item. Let's start from here, goes till here, and then probably I need to define the offset value. It should be 2 mm, and we know this should be accurate because this is the cutter path. So 2 mm cutter might have created this key. Now of course we need to make some little adjustment. For example, this and now here also let me close this. Alright, so this profile we have drawn. So now we know the total thickness of the key is 3 mm and the center part is 1 mm, which means that the depth of this key guide is 1 mm. So let me write 1, and I'm gonna flip so that I can remove material. Now let's click OK. Now let me actually add some different appearance to this. Alright. Now I don't think so that there is any role played by this one, but let's actually make these profiles also. So there is a small cutout here. Let's do that. So this cutout, then this cutout exists only one side, and okay, let's make it like this. And this needs to be through all. So this cutout is also being added. There is one more cutout, this smaller one. So this is both sides. We can also add this one as well. Very small cutout. Even the depth is also like 0.2 mm. Alright, so time again came back to bring it to another color. Okay, so we also require to mirror this key slot. But the thing is, in case of key, when let's say I will try to do mirror, it will form the exact replica of this. But this is not what we need. Generally, in case of key, the things are a little bit different. It is actually transformed mirror, and if I see here, I do not have any option. So what I'm gonna do here, instead of mirror, I am going to use pattern. So let me select this, and by the way, I just added this axis. So when you will add, it will be here. You need to make sure that this axis need to be up than this extrude 3 so that this axis can be parent. Now I'm going to select the extrude 3 and then I'm going to click on pattern. Now let's go here and select axis. Now I'm going to select this axis and let's make it 2 and angular extent, or you can put 180 degree here. And now here what you see is the profile exactly the way we want it. Now we have got this profile available, and the only thing now get left is probably I'm gonna hide this image. So let's go here, view, model display, image, and I'm gonna say hide. Now our key is ready. Probably I'm gonna add some option to hold this. So let me add a rectangle and let's make it symmetric. And let's also add roundness, maybe 10, 7 will be good. Let's also add some roundness here to add some strength. Alright, our key is ready, but still I think I should reduce this dia because I do not want up to this particular point anything to get interfered. So let's make it 0.5 instead, and there you go. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I am going to slice it and make the model ready to be printed. So let's go here, save as, and I'm gonna say serial lithography, customize export, and then I'm gonna really make the step size very small, like 0.1. And there you go, our key is ready. So let's print this. I'm gonna save this key and probably I'm gonna print it. Now let me load the model. Alright, so let's click here on slice split, and it's going to take 13 minutes. And I'm pretty sure that this is 100% infill, but still I'm gonna go here and then I'm gonna say 100%, and let's again click on slice again. I think this was 100% and everything looks good. So let's print this, and I am not changing my material, which is PLA for the time being. Let's take this. So first thing here I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop out this by twisting it, and probably this key is not capable enough, so I actually have removed it separately. Now I'm going to insert this and we will see. And let me actually close my card by pressing this. Now let's see if I am able to open it. And the key went inside, and you can see this is currently locked. And let me rotate this. And yes, I was able to open the store. And you can see still the card is locked, but I can able to open this. So mission success.